Morning, boys and girls. I'll turn that off. Don't wanna... Marley, you know there's something happening, don't you? Anyone notice anything missing from there? Oh. Are you ready? There's not a lot of room for you. Go on, in. Down. Oh, hang on. We're going to Retford. The snow's not quite as bad, so we have our passengers sorted. The worry was earlier whether the snow was going to get worse, and so I've just checked, and it is. No, it might not do, but we've put a quilt in here anyway in case we get stranded. If we get stranded in Retford, not quite a blizzard, we're on our way to Retford. A lot of it's been quite clear, and now we seem to be moving into slightly different territory, boys and girls. It's quite romantic. Right up until the moment it ceases to be romantic. Well, look at that, boys and girls. Bright sunny shiny thing in sky, melting all as snow. You can tell we're getting close to Retford. The sun always shines on the brew shed. Sneaky peek. I'll have to be careful not to publish this. He lied. This is downstairs, look. Toilets. Workshop doors. We're here. We have arrived at the brew shed. Just for the boys and girls, explain what you're doing. Right.
We're painting a mural for the brewery doors, kindly provided by Tortec Info on Instagram. This is his original concept art, and I'm in the process of putting that concept art onto the doors whilst making a video to run alongside it as well, but it'll not be anything too dramatic. But yeah, the paint's on the doors, and Martin's just asked me if I've matched them up or not to see if they align, and I haven't. So we're just taking a quick measurement here. Look, 660mm that side, and you'd hope 655 there to the top of that gold bit. I think it'll just meet up nicely when they go together.
Perfect.
But the proof is in the pudding, isn't it, mate?
So these will be, as you pull into the yard at the back, the brewery doors, which at the moment hidden by the shutter. Well, they're not. They're hidden by the pub. So the next stage after this, because of this wonderful piece of art, this is the same guy, yeah?
Yeah, that's the same chap on Instagram who's kindly provided the prints for us to have blown up.
That is really impressive. In fact, it's quite outstanding. And then the next will be the side of the wall in the beer garden when the tent's gone.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes first, but if this works...
I think it looks brilliant.
That'll be a project over a couple of years though, considering it's taken me about 3 or 4 days to strip the doors, because originally I just painted them with a Zinza 123 brand overcoat or undercoat, whatever you like, and that stated on the tin that it was suitable for going over top of gloss work to prime it for acrylics, but I could still scratch it off with my fingernail after a day or two, so
you stripped them all.
I thought, yeah, strip them just to be on the safe side. So that took me a while to strip them, and it took me 2 days to pencil the concept art scaled up, and then I spent the first day actually penciling it whilst they were hung. And then I realised actually I'll just take the doors off and bring them where it's warm, because I know the cold weather was coming, so we brought them in here. And then I started painting the flats on Saturday, the colours, and I had a full day at it yesterday, and then this morning, and this is where we're up to. I think they will be finished tomorrow night.
Are you going to put a final lacquer over the top of them to
Yeah.
protect them?
I've got a clear gloss. No, it's in the car, I think, still. But it's just a water-based clear varnish going to go over the top.
Right, yeah.
Because the acrylics are water-based, so if we keep everything water-based, there's no chance of them
Sure.
bleeding it or anything like that. You know, pulling the cut pigments out.
It's just as strong in the long term, sort of waterborne varnishes and spirit-based varnishes. It's once they've cured, are both
Yeah.
pretty bulletproof.
We use both upstairs actually, and the water-based ones are easier to apply.
Yes, and
You know.
dry quicker.
Yeah, they dry quicker. But I do find that the spirit-based polyurethane that we put on the metalwork around the bar, that seemed to have once it went off, it seemed to have a harder and more glossy finish, so that they look a little bit shinier. But to be honest,
it takes a bit more wear, but in
Yeah.
terms of weathering's
these
not
are going to be
too,
protected
with the shutter.
with the shutters
Yeah,
most
yeah.
of the time, and the paints they read that they're UV stabilised as well, so we shouldn't see any fading in that respect. But it's more to prevent, you know, like delivery drivers and stuff when they come barging through the doors with boxes to knock pieces of paint off, so it's just protect them for that. But yeah, I think when the lines are on, when we've finished all the line work and outlined it with like black paint around the edges, and then hit it with a gloss, that's when we'll know if I've done it, if I've managed to achieve what I want.
I'm sure you will. It's looking brilliant already.
I like the pint pot before you close the camera, so I picked up a gold paint for it, and I wondered if it would work or not. And if you look closely, you can see where I've layered it and built up some texture.
Yeah, yeah.
And it does look like a beer, I think.
Yeah.
Put a bit of that in this section. We're going to have like the canal here. And
I'll send you a photo of the boat, put the boat in it.
yeah. I don't know whether to put any clouds up here or not. I'm just waiting until I put the logo on.
Well, I've always sort of like said on the way over, when we was moving out of the snow, and we had this bright ray of sunshine, so I said the sun's always shining over the brew shed, so I think you should probably avoid having any clouds on there. I think just get the name across there.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
You see, the sun is going to be behind the locks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's going to be setting, which is why we've got gold and water instead of blue.
Yeah.
So if I did put any clouds, they'd be kind of underlit and iridescent from below, if you know what I mean. It would not be like storm clouds. Well, I'm talking a bit arty-farty, aren't I? I mean, it's my first ever mural. I don't know what I'm doing.
You'll be spray painting the town all next.
Yeah.
You got to work out your own little tag, your own little moniker.
Yeah, I thought
something
that.
to go on there.
I thought, I wonder whether I was going to put Harry Brew 69 down there, or just put my name, or just another kind of signature. But I'm definitely going to sign the word.
Yeah, no, you've got to. It's stunning. In fact, if you could get the artist to come down and sign one side,
Yeah.
and then you sign the other side, I think that'd be a fitting. Look at that, doors. Right, let's go and do something else. We're in Retford and there's no doors. And no shed.
Oh no, you're a week.
Oh yes, I noticed. I did notice on the 29th was the last date that you put up, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Yes, it is.
Let's get them in and then decide
Yeah.
what we're going to do. They look a bit small and insignificant in here, don't they? Quite depressing. Last time I was here, this was all fully operational.
Nothing's changed much.
Well, apart from, as I was just saying, the last time we was here, you were shoveling out mash tun.
Yeah.
There was steam coming out of there. There was a lovely smell of hops. It's quite depressing, actually, Chris.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
What was that, September? September.
End of October. Well, last time I brewed.
No, when we were last here was September, wasn't it? When
Possibly, yeah.
it was moored outside. I don't think anyone really thought at that time. Now, mid-February, we'd still be looking kind of somewhere potentially end of May before everything comes back to normal. I had a bit of a rant yesterday. We've spent more money than anybody else in this country, and we've still got the highest number of COVID deaths per 100,000. And the sad part of that is all that money that we've spent is all to the Tories' mates. It's gone into their mates' pockets for providing things like PPE, which are not fit for purpose.
It's still in the warehouse, isn't it?
Yeah, a test and trace system which doesn't work and was never really intended to work, provided they could.
Yeah, they haven't paid the 22 billion. They've allocated 22 billion, but you can bet your bottom dollar there's not any change when they're finished with it all.
Yeah, there will be a long and significant time of reckoning, but by that time they'll have fucked off with the money. What are you doing? Come on. Where are you going? Right, Marley, sit. Sit. Good boy, we need to get a photo. Ah!
You feel ragged you around.
What? Yes, he knows it's canal time, don't you? Canal time?
You get excited as well for your walks. My two go mad and scratch me to death because they keep jumping up me. Well, Reggie does. Chance not so much, now he's an old timer.
Molly, calm down.
Bravo.
Two oils.
Could do a little smiley face on the bottom. Arty shot. Well, otherwise, all the video's going to be, if I don't do a closing bit, is loads of welding and die grinding. So,
You had lockdown at Bernie's?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's brilliant. That was... Chris and I both brewed a Bernie's at the same time. Super.
So what did you end up giving Peter?
I gave Pete the I gave him the substantial meal because I got loads of those. I can always bring you another one. Just see if I've got that right. As we're at Harrison's Brewery.
Right. An attic one. So there's not two in it, it's not going to drop off.
No, there's only the one. I did check the size with Gemma.
Yeah, just 1X at the minute. Thank you very much.
Well,
mate.
she said it's bigger, she can always take it in. Honestly, that's what she said.
There's no chance.
Really, that's what she said.
It's not going to be coming in.
But this is right, wrapping it up eventually, because otherwise we'll go on forever. Chris, thank you very much for today. And I will name the first brew after you, sir.
Yeah, provided they don't leave.
As you haven't got
I
any.
shall be swearing.
Well, yeah.
For the beer yet?
Oh, I haven't paid you for the beer yet. I haven't paid Chris for the beer yet. Well done, Charlotte. Bitch. Right, okay. Right, end it for today. Thanks ever so much, Chris. And here at Harrison's Brewery, we'll be back here when you're brewing, which hopefully will be soon. It will be soon. And we will have a visit and buy some bloody proof of concept, which Chris hasn't got any left. Or actually, that could be one of my first tests, couldn't it? If I'm going to fuck something up, I might as well fuck up your signature brew. Right, cheers. That's it, boys and girls. Whoa! What a day. We're back in Sheffield. We've popped into Whitby's to get some fish and chips for us tea. And I've brought with me a little souvenir of our day. Oh, look at this. I'm not driving, by the way. Now, here's the thing. I do a lot of really experimental brews and lambics and New England IPAs and West Coast IPAs and all sorts of cool and groovy things, but in the advent calendar that Chris did, Harry Brew 69, Harrison's Brewery, this was the thing that really reset my balance. This is, focus on it, you bastard, Harrison's Best Bitter. And that's better, look at that. Fish and chips, Harrison's Best Bitter, fantastic. So for today, oh fuck me, that's beautiful. Mr. Harrison Hawke, sir, I salute you. That's it for today, boys and girls. I'm going to have to edit this. This probably won't go up until Wednesday now, because there's a lot of editing to do. So I hope what you've just watched has been worth it. Oh, God, that's lovely. It's only 4%. This is like a pucker, old school, like proper pucker bitter. It reminds me of Harvey's Best Bitter from Lewis in East Sussex. So what a wonderful day. Thanks ever so much, Chris. Everybody else, if you've enjoyed this long, I'm sure, I haven't edited it yet, I'm sure it'll be pretty long, a long old vlog, then please consider subscribing, click like, and I'm trying to think of something for the thumbnail on here now. Look at that. And click the little bell and put the thumbs up and everything. Thanks a lot, boys and girls. Whatever you're doing, do it safely. Be good, and if you can't be good, be grateful. Cheers.